Logistics giant UPS is planning to cut up to 30,000 jobs this year. We learned tonight that the company started its reduction plan late last year. Atlanta News First, Bridget Spencer is live from the UPS customer care facility that's in Southwest Atlanta. And Bridget, what does this mean for some of those employees?
Well, Tracy, a lot of people will be affected by this in some way. However, UPS told me over the phone today that they're working hard, working diligently to help those people out. In fact, this facility right here behind us on Marvin Miller Drive will be one that's closing. Atlanta-based UPS announced they're cutting up to 30,000 operational jobs in 2026. We're talking about jobs like drivers and those who load trucks in the warehouse. Last year, the company said they were working to reduce their dependence on their biggest customer, Amazon, and focus on other industries. The CFO saying the job cuts will be made through a voluntary buyout and mostly through attrition.
One was the tariffs on low dollar value items coming from China, and then number two is the winding down of the Amazon business. Both of those lines of business were probably pretty low margin, and so this will improve the profitability of UPS.
Doug Bowman teaches marketing at Emory University and has closely followed what UPS is doing. A UPS rep.
What we see here is now UPS plans to cut up to 30,000 jobs in 2026. The big reason why is UPS is no longer relying and doing business with Amazon. Amazon was a good business partner for UPS in the beginning, but UPS starts to see that it's high volume packages but low margin. So UPS is backing away from that. So now if we're not pushing these Amazon packages, we don't need all these people. Because what they were seeing was that these Amazon packages are coming in at a high clip. So we needed all these people, but we're not making enough money. So now what do? You trim the fat. So they're trimming about 30,000 jobs this year in 2026, which is crazy. And they're closing down some locations as well. I believe in 2025, it said they already cut 48,000 jobs in 93 facilities in 2025. So what you have to understand is this: when you're working for UPS, do not rely on the job. Okay, you are easily replaceable if you only got one skill. UPS is just like any other business. It's just the way that you have to deal with your life as well. If it's not working for you, you get off of it and you do something else. UPS is just restructuring. You see what we got with Amazon. UPS is doing the same thing because they're large businesses. They're just doing a reset and putting themselves and positioning themselves into areas where they can make money. They said they're looking at, I think, healthcare deliveries now, right? Because it's higher margins of profit. It's all about money. This isn't personal. This isn't about you. It's about you getting out for us to make more money. UPS, who comes first when you're working for UPS? You or UPS? UPS. That's all it is. Okay, so it says the company also plans to close 24 facilities in the first half of this year. They're not playing around. They're trimming themselves, because what we see from Amazon, what we see for a lot of these big companies, even what we see from Kroger closing down stores, you see these stores closing, it's because they were so bloated from COVID. When we talk about COVID, people don't understand the economic shift that COVID had. It forced these companies to hire a lot quickly. But now they're like, okay, everything's died down. Everybody's not at home anymore all the time. So now we don't need to have all these people. They got to go. But you as a person, if you're working for a company, you have to have that in the back of your head. I'm easily replaceable. AI, data systems, automatic fulfillment centers don't need people. So if you're working at a UPS, how can you set yourself apart? You need to understand that I need to work on multiple skills within the company so I am an asset. I'm always preaching to my kids, to myself. Me and my wife always talk asset. How are you an asset for your company that you're working for? If you're not an asset, when there's the first round of layoffs, you will be the one to get laid off because you're not an asset. Oh, you worked for the fulfillment center and you know how to get the box from here and put it here, and you've been doing that for 5 years and you never did anything else? You're not an asset. You can be replaced by a robot. When we're looking at the jobs and stuff like now, people aren't looking at real jobs. They want to get paid real money for jobs that anybody can do. For example, taking a box from here and putting it here. Somebody else can do that. I don't need to pay you $30 an hour to do that. What skills do you have? Do you know how to work the system? Do you know how to fix the system? Do you know how to get here? Do you know how to do? What are you doing to provide value to the company? What we're seeing now from people that are complaining about the job market and say they can't get a job is because when they're going and to get hired and doing interviews, the people interviewing don't see them as an asset. They see them as a worker, but companies now are now doing this. How many jobs can you do? I can only do one job. I don't want to hire you because this person over here can do 3 jobs and cover 3 different things and for the same money, but you're only doing one job. These companies want efficiency and they want people with knowledge that have experience doing multiple things. That's what you have to understand about the current job market.
Told us a lot of this also has to do with automating certain jobs.
The logistics industry obviously is going under as a lot of pressures for automation. We see in the popular press, Amazon is very good at giving us sound bites about how automated their warehouses are. It puts a lot of pressure on companies like UPS.
UPS will be closing their facility on Marvin Miller Drive in Atlanta. In a statement, they tell us, quote, all affected employees are being offered positions at nearby locations. UPS remains one of the leading employers in the Atlanta metro area with approximately 12,000 employees, and we are committed to supporting our employees throughout this process.
And some of y'all that can't get the opportunity to get another job somewhere else, don't be bougie and talk about you want to stay in Atlanta, okay? Because a lot of y'all will do that. Nah, I want to stay in Atlanta. I don't want to move. If you can get the same job or a job with UPS in a different state, leave. Some of y'all need to leave y'all home city. Some of y'all need to get up out of there and do something new and work on yourself and get your family out of trouble. If you get the opportunity to work for another UPS in a different state, different city, take the opportunity. What we see here is that people want to work, but they picky about where they want to work. You have to be like this, just like how our parents and how our grandparents were before. A job is a job. If it puts food on the table, I'm going to take it. Doesn't matter where it is. Some of y'all need to leave Atlanta. Some of y'all need to leave this area where y'all think y'all cool. Y'all need to go somewhere else and make some more money and be in a different environment. So don't be bougie and say, oh, I don't want that job. I don't want to work for them. Do not do that, because I know a lot of y'all still going to do that because y'all hard-headed. But take the job. If you're able to get another job in another city, another state with the same company, take the job. Take a leap of faith, please.
UPS is a well-run company. I would trust that they'll do their best if they can move the employees to an alternative location.
Now, although the Marvin Miller Drive facility might be closing, UPS told me in a statement that they're going to expand their footprint of their state-of-the-art SMART facility, also located here in Atlanta. We're live in Atlanta. Bridget Spencer.
What does that mean? They working with less and less people. So the people that we do have are assets. That's all that says. We may be closing down the facility for people to work at, but we're going to turn into smart facilities. We still going to need some people there, but we need the smart people and the people that are assets. That's all they're saying. They're not saying anything else. So you as a person that's working now, you can't just be satisfied with doing one job. If you want to be in the workforce, if you want to be working for these companies, you have to be a Swiss Army knife. If you don't, you will not get hired. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. As always, going to keep this thing rocky, keep it going. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you tap in and join the Go Getter Patreon. Link is in the description. No Filter Morning Show is coming very soon. Hopefully next week. I really want to do. I've been getting my schedule together. 10 a.m. Pacific time, California, Monday through Friday. I think that would be good for the people just to talk about things. But I appreciate you guys. And we're going to keep this thing rocking, keep it rolling. I'm out.